Morning Math 2. This is lesson 118. We're going to be talking about parallel lines and intersecting lines. So we have talked a little bit about parallel lines already. Let's go over what those are. Can you see any examples of parallel lines in your house? I'll give you a couple of examples from our classroom. The two sides to the window would be parallel to each other, as would the top and the bottom of the window be parallel to each other. If I look over at the door, the left and the right side of the door, those sides are parallel to each other. And even if I look at all of your desks, the sides are parallel to each other, as are the top and the bottom of your desk. I hope you found some good examples at home. Now, how do we know that those are parallel to each other? Or what does that mean? Remember, parallel lines never meet. So they can be like this. Remember, my line goes on, as I have arrows. They can go horizontally also. A good example that I like to use to remember what parallel lines are railroad tracks. They're the same distance apart from each other, and they go on like that, but they never meet. So we need to talk about intersecting line segments today, and perpendicular line segments. So I'm going to erase this and draw a couple of examples for you of the others. So there are special types of intersecting line segments. Here are some examples for you. When two lines intersect, like these line segments do, we call them perpendicular line segments. Perpendicular lines and line segments have at least one right angle. Remember the other day we talked about right angles? So if I were to take my piece of paper and put it here in the corner, I would have a right angle. And so would all those other three. If I did this, a right angle over here. If I did it in here, this is a right angle. That one's a little bit wide, I didn't draw it very straight. And that would be a right angle. All right, it is time for you to take out your master for 118. You'll need a pencil for this job, so quickly do that. All right, you have your pencil and you have master 118. I would like you to copy this line segment in the first box. You do that. I'm not going to draw mine since I drew one for you up here already. So I'm just going to do straight down the middle and then straight across. Then use a piece of paper to make sure that it is a right angle. And then we're going to mark it as a right angle. Do you remember how we did that last week? Remember what mathematicians do? They put a small square into one of those angles to show that it's a right angle. You do that. In box 2, I would like you to draw this example of perpendicular line segments. If I were doing it, I would just do it straight across the top and then straight down the middle. Once you have that done, remember to check that it is perpendicular and that you have a right angle and mark it as a right angle. Okay, you do that, put this on pause while you're doing it. All right, now it is your turn. In box 3 and in box 4, you get to choose your perpendicular line segments and examples of intersecting line segments. So I have a couple of more examples for you. I am sure that if you would like to, you can come up with your own examples. So you do that. Put this on pause while you're working on it. Did you make sure that you put a small square in the right angle? I'll do that for these 3. And there's one. I'm going to do one here and one right here. All right, so we talked about perpendicular line segments and intersecting lines. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.